is to the media, to your twisted, immoral society, and your communist government. We hate you all, and we are ready for war. We will always speak up and expose the corruption, the authoritarianism, the tyranny, and the hate.
Truth dispels lies, as light dispels darkness.
From an undisclosed location, deep in an occupied zone, you are listening to Covert Radio.
How you guys doing? This is Covert Radio. And this is brutally honest, fearlessly unapologetic talk radio. And this is a call to action. This is a call to action. Pan, mayday, mayday. I want to talk to the Bears. I want to talk to the Bears. I want to talk to the Bears. And this is for the Bears. This is maybe specifically for the OZARK elite. This is for the people that are involved. Because full disclosure, I've never hidden this. I've never really said this, but I'm telling you, this absolutely is a takedown. This absolutely is a takedown. And I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed at the amount of emails, the amount of people, the amount of people who want to have their voice heard, the amount of people who want to tell their story. So, but I should say this too. There is fear. See, this is everything I've said is coming true. This is a cult. There is no other word for this. And only people that can't see that are the people inside of it. You're no different than every cult that's come before you. Your mindset is no different. The hierarchy is no different. The structure is no different. The cognitive dissonance is no different. Now listen to me. I know what I'm about to tell you, Bears in the Ozarks, or even people who know them. I know what I'm about to tell you is going to cause a great deal of mental, you're not going to be able to, you're going to be mad, okay? And this isn't offensive. This is because of cognitive dissonance. I'm going to explain this as quickly and as easily as I can. You are in a cult. You have been lied to. You have been manipulated. And not only am I talking to, or I'm sourcing this information. I am getting this from people who have been on that land for centuries, their family. And I need to tell you this first, and this is for everybody listening to my voice. This is a takedown, and I fear no one but God. And I know that sounds cliche, and I know, okay, listen to me. I'm going to tell you something. You could talk to my wife. You could talk to my family. You could talk to my daughters. You could talk to anybody who knows me. They all know that. They all know that. They all know I will never, ever betray God for anyone. Even them. My own wife, my own daughters know that. Because my biggest fear is when I'm standing at the throne and my life is being reviewed. I'm terrified of judgment. Because I'm terrified to hear just, things that inside of you are wrong. Things inside of you should speak up for, stand up for. I never asked for this. I never looked for new targets like Owen Benjamin does every day. Looks for new people to become a victim of, to continue the delusion. I'm terrified to hear this on Judgment Day. You saw what was happening. You heard it. Covert Radio. You saw it and you heard it. I gave you those eyes to see. I gave you those ears to hear. Yet you stayed silent. And listen to me, I've had this conversation recently with people involved directly with Covert Radio. So this isn't new. I'm not making this up for this presentation right here. Everybody who I become, in a realm of trust with or building trust, eventually conversations lead to this. And I'm not going to be judged as staying silent while the wolves tore the sheep apart. I'm very thankful for my life. I'm not rich. I'm none of these things, but I do have a roof over my head. I have this microphone that I can speak to you, and I have the means to communicate. Those are all gifts from God. And I don't take that lightly. I have a responsibility. It is put on me. I am not a sheep. I saw this for what it was almost from the very beginning. I am also not a wolf. I'm not a predator. I'm not an opportunist. I am, however, a vicious, fearless shepherd. And this is a hill that I will die on if need be. Just like every other hill that Covert Radio has climbed. My work speaks for itself. And I will not stand in front of the throne and ask why I didn't do everything I could do to stop what's happening. I have 2 videos that are ready. They just need to come out. But here's what's happening. The information just keeps flowing in. And now I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak about this, so that you can warn other people about what happened to you in the Ozarks. I want to give any bears in the Ozarks the opportunity to speak of their experience so far with buying into this delusional rhetoric of Beartaria, to which the people who are controlling this live thousands of miles away. They're getting people to buy into an isolated wasteland. And if you know how this works, if you've been an observer like Covert Radio has, you would have watched the consolidation happening. That is what all of the you're banned for life. Try again. Rebrand yourself as a new cult member. Get yourself a new bear name, or you can come back as New Bear 2.0 after you bend your will to my authority. Am I lying? Am I lying? I'm not lying. It's all over the internet. You banned for life. Did you dare question what I've just said? Did you dare question my authority? You're banned. That's called the consolidation stage, okay? Please do yourself a favor and listen to Covert Radio. Listen to any of my last, say, 20 videos, if that, 10, 15 videos. There's no words wasted. Some of it's satire, some of it's fun, some of it's joking, some of it whatever. It's all for the betterment and the understanding of what's happening. What's happened to you? Do yourself a favor. Look at my videos, and you will see how right I've been all along. The indoctrination and the consolidation stage has already long happened, okay? You are the remaining cult members. These are the ones who put the black Nikes on, drape the purple scarf over them, dress in black, and kill themselves waiting for Halley's Comet, okay? These are the ones that line up at the 50-gallon drums of cyanide-laced Kool-Aid and drink the cyanide, okay? These are the ones that stay in the compound while the ATF and FBI are jamming, are firebombing it and just shooting like target practice, kids, women, children, to prove a point. You don't go against the government. You're the final cult members. You have stayed. And now your cognitive dissonance is so prevalent that you may not even really make it to this point in my conversation with you right now. Because you attempt to rationalize everything I say with your own involvement into the cult and how I have it wrong. And Owen is helping you with this process. The demons, listen to the evil. I can't even listen to this evil, demon, evil, listen, demon, evil, guys, farmer, guys, family, guys. And you know, that's the thing about this. If you really want to peel it back and look, Owen targeted the women first. That is exactly what tribal warfare is. They target the women and the children. That's what all the staging is of the tomatoes, the vegetables. This is the haul, guys. This is the lifestyle you can have. Everything's staged. It's all staged. The Idaho property, the cordwood little fairy tale cabins that are going to kill people in 5 years. It's a stage. It is a set to continue to sell the delusion to mainly the women first. Oh, well, that's a cute. I seen that on Instagram. Oh, I seen that on Pinterest. Oh, look at Amy. That's what I want. I want to be the loving mother housewife raising and rearing 4 children. That's why he always family, children, God, like every time he gets confronted, I'm a farmer, guys. I have 4 kids. Who cares? Who cares? You're not a farmer, and by all accounts, you're no type of father. It's all fake. He's selling you a delusion, and he's enriching himself while you rationalize everything that happens, while you rationalize why you can't grow anything in the ground at a piece of property that you just got gouged for. please look into cognitive dissonance. I am not going to explain it here. And really, I've explained it 10 times in my other videos. So here's what I'm offering you, because I do not want to make this long. I want every person possible to take a half hour, 20 minutes, or however short I can make this and listen and share it. I will completely obscure your voice. Nobody will be able to tell it's you. That's number one. Number two, it will be private. It'll be a private one-on-one conversation. There is no camming up. There's no nothing. There's not, and we'll do it in a third-party app. So there's no way that, you know, I'm not gonna give anybody any ideas, but you know, just know we'll go to a third-party app that obscures all potential information. Okay. You can come in as Joe Blow 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care. I do need to quantify and qualify a little bit of information first, so we will talk first. It will not be live. That's the other thing. And I'm doing that so there's no pressure. I mean, we're going to have a real conversation, but it's not going to be, okay, let's go live out to the internet. Here we go. No, it's not going to be that. It'll be a one-on-one private conversation using a third-party service. Obscure your name however you want. I will hear your voice. I've never heard any of your voices, so I have no clue who you are, but then I will obscure it. And to give you an example, just a small, quick example, it could go something like this. So I could obscure your voice such as this.
So yes, Covert Radio. Whenever we moved to the Ozarks, when I initially found this opportunity through Owen Benjamin.
Or I could obscure your voice something like this.
Yes, I used to watch Owen Benjamin a lot. And, you know, my family was traumatized by the pandemic. And, you know, my husband lost his job. So we were in full-fledged trauma. And I saw this opportunity.
Those are just two literal 3-minute modifications, not even, maybe 30 seconds each, and then encoding it, dumping it, and 2 minutes tops. I can spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes making it a robot. I mean, come on. Nobody will know who you are. Nobody will be able to identify you through your voice. It could be a 10-minute long conversation. It could be an hour long, however long you need to tell the real story. The real story. And again, I'm doing this. I'm offering this to you because you guys, and you have no idea how many emails I've been getting. That's the delay in dropping the next 2 videos because I'm blown away at like how unhappy everybody is. How unhappy everybody is. So I've paused the next 2 videos to give them a chance to speak and to warn other people, to warn other bears who may be considering getting ready to leave a sustainable life only to move to a desolate desert with a little bit of grass on top to make Owen Benjamin even more of a millionaire. And I'm going to tell you guys something. There is affordable land all over the United States and Canada, really all over the world. But there is a lot of affordable, farmable land. Do not succumb to this staged media production. Don't do it. Because one of my main questions is this: how much did you pay for how many acres? Because then we're going to go over the real numbers. We'll go over the real numbers. And we'll see just who's making what money where. Because like I said, there's only a few people at the top with their hands out. About 10, maybe 6 to 10. 3 to 4 are controlling all of it. And see, this is something I guarantee you, without talking specifically about this yet. I want to know, were you offered a survey? I am a landowner. I'm a landowner. And I understand what it took for me to be able to do what I did. Did anybody ever offer you a survey? Did anybody point you to a courthouse, to the records? Did anybody say you should get it surveyed? Are there markers? More importantly, did you ever get a perk test? Did you ever get a perk test? What is the zoning? Do you even know what that land is zoned for? Because just because it's in the middle of the Ozarks, in literally the middle of nowhere, that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Can you even build a house on it? Do you have to, deal with the current structures that may be on it? Are they grandfathered into some zoning, some whatever? Oh, Covert Radio, it's the Wild West freedom out here. I don't even care where my land ends. Okay, then you're an idiot. Here's a bigger question. Are there public utilities there? People are I'm going to own 40 acres. Do you know how much it costs to run or tap into a public utility? If it's even out there by the only two roads that surround this 400 acres? And that's even if there are public utilities. What is the tap in? What is the requirements? Because I know a lot of utilities will just drop, like electric, they will drop the line at the closest point of your property to the road, to a state road or whatever. And that's another question. Does the state even maintain those roads? Are you responsible for them? Is there snow removal? Is it septic, cistern? What is it? Do you have to get spring water? Do you have to drill for a spring? Is it landlocked? Because listen, this is the other two videos. I'm not getting into this. But there's land on here that potentially is landlocked. Because depending on how much, we could even whack this up a little bit more, Duncan. What do you think about that, Adam? Oh, Sam, tell me, what do you think? Maybe we can whack down these 40 acres here into, 4 10-acre parcels. Vaseline Stinker Bear said they're interested. Oh, we could probably get, $35,000 for 10 acres? Listen to me. When the LLC show drops, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is in the middle of nowhere. And here's one thing I'm very curious at, because I know somebody's very into their tomatoes up there. You know what I mean? So let me ask you, can you even grow those tomatoes without raised beds? Is that farming? Is that commercial farming? You got to build raised beds? Why? Because of washout? Because of flooding? Tornadoes? What's the snowfall? Please wake up.
Meetup. Bonfire? Tasty grub much? Of course. NATO Bear. I love that you guys are doing bear meetups. Joshua Levenstein says, found out there's a way to purchase houses without cash and without usury. Halal riba-free home financing. Instead of paying interest, you're paying rent for the Islamic bank's share of your property. You can't lose more than your share of the joint.
I wonder who owns that. Is that Daddy's? No, Daddy's Sephardic. I'm talking about somebody else, not Owen here. Yeah, no, but yeah. Whose bank is that?
Owned property, unlike conventional financing, and still get to keep the profits on the sale. That's where it's
Crushing to Islamic banking, total crushing. That's what we're setting up in the Ozarks. Because I'm not, I mean, I LARPed as a Christian just to get all the dummies here and eat some sheep, but I'm actually a Muslim. I'm actually, no, that's coming up too. That's coming up too. Yeah.
That, according to Islam, usury is declaring war against God. They're not messing around with.
So what is price gouging people who are buying into a delusion that was set up as a production through constant media? What is that called? What is price gouging? Land that's desolate, promising a utopia, crushing. What is that called? What is that called? What's the Islamic translation into that, Owen? Ask Sam. Or what does the Talmud say? What does the Talmud say? Ask Father. Ask Father.
Usury and sodomy. And that's one reason why I'm a big fan of Muslims.
We know.
Okay, so let's kick the content. Are we caught up? Is that all I got for yesterday's stream? Oh, interesting. I help teach people how to avoid vampires, which may save their life, their marriage. It's fine.
See, this is all satire. This is only funny to like a handful of people because they know what this is. Either somebody sitting off camera or, he knows. They know. They all know. The upper brass, the ones who are in on this, they all know. Oh, it's just talking about vampires. Why he stares at you in a camera?
I don't need any credit. I'm just a humble servant of my community. All praise to God. Who needs to? It's all good. I just take whatever I can get.
Yeah, we know that.
We're caught up, Coddington? Okay, well. You better not be stealing Coddington because there's not a lot in the pot.
He's openly telling you that they, Owen, Sam, Adam, just to name a few, are very happy about their money laundering and shuffling between all of the LLCs and all of the subcontracting and paying each other for this and that and not too much from here and not too much from there and this is a loss and that's a loss and shuffle this and pay this with that account, this with this account, shuffle. Racketeering and money laundering. I want to ask you guys this. What about timber rights? This, again, is for the Bears, who I want to speak with, who I want to hear their story of how they got involved in this and the reality of the parcel of land they bought that is that was a mistake. You were lied to. You were misled. What about timber rights? Because it is a well-known fact that the Ozarks are literally being raped by several different massive conglomerate logging companies. And this is how I know this and how I can prove it to any of the Bears listening to my voice. I want you to go outside 9, 10 a.m. and just listen. Just listen. And I want you to tell me what you hear. Boop, boop, boop. Logging. This has been going on for years. And these little sapling, seedling, little whatever's trying to grow out of this desert soil, basically, this hard, rocky soil that is so dense that you can't literally grow any, the stuff that is growing, you're talking literally lifetimes for them to mature. The other part of this is I've seen the satellite maps. I can see the way the loggers, not caring about that land or the environment, they're pulling the logs out straight. They're supposed to go at an angle. They're pulling logs straight, the shortest path possible to the staging area. They're dragging it. They're creating gullies. They're crystal clear on the satellite maps. The soil there is a wasteland to begin with. It's shallow, it's very hard, it is rocky. It is also very dry. Then you couple on top of that these logging companies dragging hundreds of thousands of trees for miles, shortest point up hills, down hills, all out of these wooded areas. They're creating gullies. And what happens is that concentrates any rainfall near that area. And it washes away the little bit of topsoil that is there. That soil all goes straight into the creeks. And see, that's the thing about land grabs like this. This is what happened in my state when Marcellus came through and big-ass companies like Chesapeake sitting at my kitchen table, Covert Radio. Yeah, you have no idea how many millionaires I made. You have no idea. You know, if you want to sell your mineral rights for your land, this is the check right here. There's a little room for negotiation, but you're not going to get a better offer. There's farms up north. These old timers, they're third, fourth generation farmers. We come in, we buy the timber, we buy the mineral rights, and they retire. The land is ours. Then they come in, they put derricks up, and they put big, wash systems up, and these collecting systems, roads. Like, they destroy the land that they go to. And these farmers walk away with $800,000, $1 million, $2-3 million off of land that they couldn't sell for probably 5,000 to 10,000 acres a year prior. These big oil companies are coming in paying them $30,000, $40,000 an acre just for the mineral rights. And what about the mineral rights on this 400-acre whack up of this parcel? Does anybody own any of those? I mean, are there, or did Duncan consolidate, or does Duncan, Owen, Sam, and Adam have their own another little LLC? Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Like I said, this is a continuous evolving situation. There's nothing at the top of that soil. Nothing. The surface is barren, especially of nitrogen. Get the soil tested, OZARK Bear. Get the soil tested, OZARK Bear. You want to test me that I don't know what I'm talking about? Look at the nitrogen depletion in that soil. Do you know what that means? There's no composting. There's no composting. The leaves, the dead grass, the fallen trees, the bark. It cannot replenish the ground without nitrogen to break it down. It'll take an entire lifetime to begin a healing process on that land. The reality of your area is that anybody serious about homesteading, they leave that area. They leave it. The land is barren. It's unsustainable. It is unusable unless you're going to become a cattle farmer or something that eats grass. And you have to take such care and get a very, very specific species of grass. Good luck with that. Well, you got $100,000 to buy a herd of cattle or Black Angus or whatever. Great, good. Listen to me, guys. This is not what it appears. I've been warning you for a long time. This is not what it appears to be. Owen Benjamin has used psychology, rhetoric, and manipulation to create media. Media is something that Covert Radio has talked about since day one that I've ever come into YouTube, really. Medea, the enchantress. Media. That is the weapon here. That is the weapon. This is what sold this delusion of family and self-sustenance and abundance and clean living, all to people going through one of the most traumatic times ever in human recorded history. Recent recorded history, I should say. Modern human history. We've all suffered trauma. And this predator on the screen is taking advantage of you because of it to enrich himself. Again, you don't see him living there. You don't see Sam living there, do you? No. Owen's on land he already robbed thousands of people for. The biome in the Ozarks is gone. In that area, the biome is gone. Get the soil tested if you don't believe me. Duncan, Owen, Sam, and Adam, all of them know this. Because I'm telling you, Owen Benjamin is going to hurt people. He's already hurt people, and he's going to really hurt people if this is able to continue much longer. Please do what's right and help somebody else. Give them the help you wished somebody gave you. Email me. covertradioemail@gmail.com. This has gone too far, and people are now getting hurt. I'm Covert Radio. There's way more to come. This is brutally honest, fearlessly unapologetic talk radio. You guys take care. Have a good day.
This is to the media, to your twisted, immoral society, and your communist government. We hate you all, and we are ready for war. We will always speak up and expose the corruption, the authoritarianism, the tyranny, and the hate.
Truth dispels lies, as light dispels darkness.
From an undisclosed location, deep in an occupied zone, you are listening to Covert